Guys, it might be hard to believe when you look at the market right now, but I can tell you there is finally a reversal in progress. And I will show you the indicator, actually two indicators that are pointing exactly to that fact. So if you want to know where you should get in right now, then don't miss out and let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Tuesday. We are jumping directly into the DXY chart. We are jumping directly here into the DXY chart. So on the DXY chart yesterday, we saw here a small continuation of the correction. Today we see a small bounce, but the US market is not open yet. We are pre-market, so this can still turn around here and continue to go lower and break here the 106.5 points level that we were talking yesterday about. Once that level is broken, expect that we are heading for 105 points, which will room for Bitcoin to breathe and also other risk on assets to potentially make here a U-turn in back into higher levels. When we're going then into Bitcoin, the first thing that is catching here my eye for a potential reversal, that there's not an indicator yet, not one of the two indicators. So, but here are also already signs for a potential reversal. First of all, we are still putting in higher lows. So unless this higher low is broken, we are still putting in higher lows on the way up. The only problem is we are also directly below resistance from the VPVR and the point of control here at $96,700, and also the EMA ribbon is here above us all the way up to $98,400. So we need to reclaim $98,400 to get here proper continuation past $100,000. Only then we are going to see that, and until then we will most likely just continue to chop sideways, but this might here come sooner rather than later to an end. You only need to look at the stochastic RSI here in 2 minutes. We are printing a new 12-hourly candle. The stochastic, in my opinion, will turn around here, giving relief to Bitcoin with the next following candle, pushing it back to the upside. The problem is it might be only short-lived. I'm going to show you here in a moment what could potentially happen. There are two scenarios that can happen that we're going to have a look at. So, and the RSI is right now also on the 12-hourly chart in a more or less a bullish position. When we go then into the daily chart, also here we can still remain bullish as long Bitcoin is holding this upward sloping trend line. If we break this trend line and we have actually a candle close below that line, not just a wick like over here and over here, but a proper candle close, that is where you need to get worried. That is where you should completely exit the market, unless the following day we are coming straight back up. So, but if the following day also starts to go lower, that is where you definitely need to cut your trades that you currently have, at least on leverage. So you're completely out of leverage at that point, in my opinion. So, and at the same time, we are also still having here a massive hidden bullish divergence that has not played out yet, because for the hidden bullish divergence to play out, we need to get here above that high on the RSI. That has not happened yet. And this is, in my opinion, a ticking time bomb. At any given moment, this can explode, and you're going to see Bitcoin doing something like this. There are, of course, right now some issues in the market with all the meme coin nonsense and draining liquidity and whatnot. But at some point, you're going to see that we are getting our revenge for that time capitulation that we are in since a month now. Here, just chopping sideways down. That is a time capitulation, guys. And at some point, you're going to see here then that to the upside. So now when we're going into the lower time frames, so here you can see, this is insane, guys. You have here, that is one of the indicators I was looking at. The MDX algo scalp gradient here on the 4-hourly chart is putting in 3 dot plots, 3 consecutive dot plots, and also the react indicator had put in 2 consecutive dot plots that are reversal indications and take profit points for your shorts. So now we have 3 of them. So if we are keeping this momentum here, expect that this 4-hourly candle will definitely go back to like $96,000, $97,000 approximately before we do anything else. Because we are starting out here in green. Of course, just a minute can still change, but if we keep here these 3 dot plots and we are closing this 4-hourly candle as a third dot plot, there will be a massive candle to the upside really soon. For that reason, you see here on the ZoomX, I have also still my trade running that I could not show yesterday, but here you see it, it's still there. Still making $16,000 here in profit. I will actually go and add here a little bit more. I will make a limit order at $15,000. Yes. So you see, I keep adding to my positions here. So just in case that we come down there. Here you see I have here another limit order sitting to add more to the trade. I keep adding to this trade, guys, because I know at some point there will be a massive blowback to the upside, and all these shorts that are right now sharing again their P&L, all over social media, they're gonna get so wrecked because trust me, when that move comes, it will be a really fast one that you did not see coming. So again, if you want to trade on ZoomX with me together, don't forget, I'm gonna take another account from $100,000 to $1 million here on ZoomX. If you want to 10x your portfolio with me together, sign up with the link in the description and in the pinned comment below. It is a non-KYC exchange. It is the best non-KYC exchange out there right now, guys. I told you many times, I know the people behind them. I was actually partying with them 2 weeks ago, I think, 10 days ago, something like that. So just recently, I was partying with them here in Thailand. So make sure, amazing team, amazing guys to have fun with, and also amazing platform to trade with. The reason why we actually went down a little bit lower is the high leverage liquidity that was stacked up here. Remember, 2 days ago, I warned you about this, that this can go both ways, that we first come down, then go up, or that we go up, then come down, then continue to go up. So now we went first down, which is fine, you know, so first down, we took all the liquidity that was there, the high leverage liquidity, so it's still a little bit technically $1,000 lower that we can go for, but I'm not so convinced that we actually do that. If we are breaking here above $96,000, we are most likely going for the high leverage liquidity and then all the way up to the 200 moving average here at around $100,000 before we see any major rejection. So there could be a small one at around $98,000 all the way up here, because here is some resistance, as you can see, and also the neckline of a potential bigger W pattern. And that might be also a good new trade setup here, but you need to wait for the break of $98,000 unless you want to be a little bit more risk adverse and enter this more or less right now, you know. So or here above, let's say above the 200 moving average is where you want, 50 moving average where you want to enter this at $96,700. Or otherwise, you wait for the neckline. It's like a 2-3% trade, nothing crazy. Yeah, almost a 4% trade here to the upside with the technical target. So definitely worth looking at that short-term trade here once it comes into fruition. On the liquidation heat map, you also see here, if we go lower, then we go here to the over-leveraged liquidity that I have just shown you here on the liquidation levels. So here on the heat map, you see exactly around there is also still a concentration. We could come down here to take it out. We don't have to, but we could. If not, and we start moving up here, then expect a short squeeze from around $97,000. And that short squeeze will most likely stop here somewhere at, yeah, $98,200, $98,300. That's where I expect this to stop short term, then some consolidation, and then we start liquidating all the levels that are actually sitting above us. So also on Bybit, my trade is still running. It's again a little bit more in a loss than it was yesterday and the day before, but this is fine. Remember, guys, also here, I keep adding to this trade more and more as we go, because I know where we are going and I'm not afraid to hold this trade, you know. So even if I get close to my liquidation price, I will just add more money to protect the position, to make sure that I will not get liquidated. So also don't forget, guys, you're still until Sunday time to sign up on a Bybit if you don't have a Bybit account just yet, and get a chance to get your account funded with $500 that you can trade with, but not withdraw, guys, not withdraw. You can trade with that, but not withdraw it, but you can withdraw all the profits that you make from the $500, guys. All the profits belong to you. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment below for that. You only need to deposit $100, and you can also claim still a free airdrop position on Bybit. There's also a link in the description for that if you want to do that. So now on the Bitcoin dominance, here you can clearly see we are trying to break back into that big resistance cluster of 61.3%. Unless Bitcoin starts ripping here to the upside in the direction of $100,000, I'm pretty sure that we are not seeing here a massive move or continuation in the dominance, and rather a fake out with a rejection to the downside. Remember, guys, we always want at some point that the dominance is spiking here a little bit. When we had here an overall downwards trend, We need here a spike, a small consolidation before we get another leg down, because that is the healthy way that we want to see, and not just candles like this. This is short term really nice. When we make here like within 4 days, like, I don't know, like 100% on some coins, but then at a week later or 5 days later, you see something like this. And if you did not cash out down here, you get wrecked, and you're already drunk from all that money that you made, and you say, oh, tomorrow is another day like this, oh, another day like this, so, and then one day it does this and all your gains are gone, so, and you don't want that. So that's why more sustainable, like here right now, a little bit consolidation, then again continuation, consolidation, continuation. That is more healthy and more sustainable for altcoins. Now, the total free market cap is, of course, also not looking good. We are back at $880 billion. But also here I see a reversal soon happening. We are testing, or we were testing here support, got bounced off from that, from, what is this, $868 billion was the support, bouncing off of that. So here, maybe a little bit more consolidation, but also then a leg to the upside. Ethereum is doing today not all too bad, I must say. So yesterday, of course, we had this big spike all the way up to $2,850 before we got rejected and came back into this bearish pennant. But look at the indicators, they are all still looking pretty bullish here, which is telling me that this real breakout is either right now in process or will happen in the next couple hours, where we go back to $2,770, break this timeless level, turn this into support, maybe then consolidate, and then get the next major move here in direction of $3,000 once again. Solana, on the other side, was today not looking that good because we got here a small crash to the downside from $180 or $186 this morning, now all the way down to $170 roughly. I have laid out here 2 new trade setups for you guys. So that is a short-term trade. If you want to take it, here you can make roughly a little bit more than 16% on that trade setup, from $176 to $205 roughly, with a stop loss at $163. You get lucky enough and we come back down, or actually it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So your entry is basically here, that zone. That is your entry. I will make this now a different color that you can see this for the Solana trade. So that box here, that box is your entry. Anywhere in between here is your entry for that trade setup, because it doesn't matter if you enter down here or up there. There is a 10% difference, between the optimal entry down here, current price, and all the way to the top. 10% is the spread here. So if you enter right now here, so you would only miss out on 5% compared all the way down here. So it's up to you, where you want to enter this, but this is the range where I would enter for the next swing trade here, all the way up to $283, which is the prior all-time high. I think actually a little bit higher than that. Yeah, $295. So that is almost 79% from the optimal entry, and it will be like from current price, like 73-ish something. Yeah, 74 almost. But this is a swing trade, guys. So you have 2 setups here: short-term trade, swing trade, and look at the indicators; they're all turning around already and pushing back to the upside. I think on the daily we were not looking. Yeah, on the daily also it looks like that this might be today the bottoming candle. If not today, then tomorrow. And then you see Solana also finally making a U-turn. So I've also found some other altcoins that we can talk about. One of them is Sui. Sui is also here at a really strong support level currently, from where I would consider opening a small position. Again, don't use all your money, use a little bit so that you can add later more if it actually breaks lower. But this looks to me also like that this downtrend is coming to an end, with at least a retest of the golden ratio once again, and at the same time putting in here also a W pattern, with the golden ratio being the neckline. So once that is broken, you look at a target here somewhere around $4.60 from $3.70. So that is a 12%, 13% move approximately from that W pattern. So, but if you want to maximize your gains, you can enter right now, have a tight stop loss, because the indicators again telling you that we are ready to go back to the upside here. MACD shifting momentum back to the downside. Stochastic about to print with the next or the current candle a buy signal, and the RSI also pointing here to the upside. So the next one is Coty. Also, Coty is sitting here at strong support within a falling wedge. On the 4-hourly chart, also here, that looks good, like in the next 4 hours that we are going to see here a nice move, potentially back to 8.7 cents. If we can break this level, we're going to get quick acceleration in direction of 10 cents. So because you should also not forget that we are currently in this ascending triangle for Coty. So here you can see the best breakout moment is somewhere here in that window. So between today and Saturday at some point, you're going to see a breakout, in my opinion. And that breakout could go straight to like 11, 12 cents, something like that, because technical target alone is already around 11 cents here for that ascending triangle. So if you want to play that, you can either wait for the breakout out of the falling wedge at around 8.2 cents, or you wait, be a little bit more safe for the 4-hourly close above 8.75 cents. And then another coin that's doing well right now, because Ethereum is doing well, is Lido. Lido is actually always free money when Ethereum is moving, every single time, guys. So yeah, we had a bounce here from $1.79 today. Now we are at $1.89, so a 10-cent move. That was like a 5% move that you could have caught here so far, and it looks like that we will continue to go higher. So if we are breaking here $1.90, also from there, I would risk to open a small position with a stop loss at $1.83, which is like a 4% stop loss. But I would also target here $2.15 as a technical target. So let's see, $1.90. So you see here, it would be still worth to take that trade. 12% to the upside, 5.9% to the downside. A little bit better than just over 1 to 2 in a risk to reward ratio, but definitely still worth taking this trade here in the short term, because I believe here at $2.15 there we might actually see some rejection. And guys, that's already for today's episode, guys. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you hopefully with a big breakout tomorrow.